Okay.
Hello, everybody. This is Ken from Vintage Card Voyage. And as always, I have,
Mark.
and today we have a special guest, Barry Chandler. And Barry will introduce himself in a little bit. I just want to give a little intro. So those of you who've watched our channel know we're going decade by decade, talking about the most important cards. Most important is a little bit fungible based on how we think of important. And we have done the 60s, 70s, and 80s, right, Mark?
Yes, correct.
Then we were like, we can either go to the 50s or we can do the 90s. And both of us were a little bit tentative about 90s because for me, I was still collecting, but not as much as I was in the 80s. Same for Mark. And then I said, well, let's bring in somebody who knows the 90s so that we can fill out our knowledge. And that's Barry. Welcome, Barry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here and excited to be part of the 90s as a 90s baby. That's when I started collecting and I have a lot to say about it. So thank you.
Barry, what percentage of your collection would you say is 90s cards?
At least 40%.
Okay.
So pretty substantial.
Mark, what about you?
Well, if you had talked to me before I started back up in 2022, I would have said 0%. But, I mean, maybe. So I literally stopped in '89. That was like, and I think maybe I came back one summer from college and like maybe picked up a couple of packs or something, but it was like very little of anything. But now that I've bought a few collections since coming back, I'd say I'm somewhere between 5 and 10%, maybe.
Okay. Maybe. I would say I'm 20 to 30% 90s, which shocked me a little bit. But then I graduated college in 90, like the end of 1990, and I was doing card shows in 91. So I have a pretty strong accumulation of 1990, 91 cards. And then I kept collecting a bit. I didn't really stop until late 90s. So I got a good portion in 90s.
I will say too that I have a large portion of cards that I'm probably going to be giving to Goodwill that are from the 90s. So I'll have a smaller percentage at some point soon. So
okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just get started. We go year by year. We'll start with 1990. And Mark, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so this one was hard for me to make a concerted actual choice of which card it was. I mean, the first one that came to mind was the Frank Thomas no name card, but that was such a rare card that I didn't, yeah, exactly that card with the no name on it.
This has the name on it, so it's not the valuable one.
Not quite as valuable.
No.
But then I thought about cards that I actually had, and so I found two different ones that came to mind for me. One of which is the Marc Jackson,
Yeah.
because of obviously not because of Mark, but because of who's in the crowd. So, and I know that's a controversial card in that respect, but then this one also came to mind, the Bo card.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Which I love. It's just a great card, and I got it for the first time, I think a little over a year ago. So
yeah.
Those are my two choices for that.
And apparently the Menendez brothers show up on other cards. Did you know this?
Yeah, there's a Jordan card I think that they show up at.
Yeah, so those are instantly valuable, I guess.
Yeah.
For the wrong reason.
Exactly.
I could have gone with this one. I was thinking Frank Thomas was definitely the guy I was chasing in the 90s. But then I thought of two other cards. This one is a good choice too. It's the Emmett. But I also think it was an update set. And back in the day, the update sets, I don't think were most collectors, I don't think would go for the update sets, right? There's limited access.
Right.
But the card that I'm going to go with for importance is this one, which is the Chase the Reggie autograph card. I think it was the first time they did the insert autograph card, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't think they did in '89.
Yeah. No. And this is an innovation, obviously, that's that exists in the hobby even more now. I don't have this. So this is also like always in the portion of my brain in the back. Like, can I find this card? Can I find this card? So this is my card.
I feel like I've told you this. I think I do have a box, unopened box of 1990 Upper Deck.
Ooh.
So maybe we'll do that. Who knows? For the search.
I don't like our chances, but yeah, that would be fun.
I feel like it's not a very valuable unopened set or a card box. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But.
Oh, one thing I did want to say is like, I saw another video and I love this. It's like, he numbered it to 2,500. And apparently this lore that when he got to 714, he put Babe Ruth's name as an inscription.
Wow.
And so that's a 1 of 1.
Yeah.
And the guy, I forget the creator, who was saying like, that is the card he wants more than any other card because it's never been seen.
Right.
It could be in your box, Mark.
It could be. Anything is possible.
Yes. Barry, what did you go with?
Well, before we jump into that, I was going to share this fact later, but yeah, you're right. So that's what makes the 90s to me so special, is because it introduced the first on-card auto that you could get in a box, and it was the Reggie Jackson. And you're correct, 2,500 copies were released. So I was going to mention that on a different card later on in the late 90s, but I'm glad that you brought it up now, because I think that's an important fact to call out, which to me makes the 90s very special.
Yeah, unique.
Yeah. So for my 1990 card, no surprise, I picked a Frank Thomas rookie card as well, the different version, the Leaf. But I just felt like this was such an iconic card for him because it presented him in an action motion, and he's actually wearing his Chicago uniform compared to his more popular rookie card, which is showing him in his college jersey.
You guys remember what school he went to?
Auburn. Yeah.
Correct. That is correct.
Yeah. So I don't think, to me, this one's as sought after, but still a very important card for Leaf, especially. I've never been the biggest fan of Leaf brand, but I still think this is a great card, and just show some good contrast for Frank Thomas and pay him some respect for being in the 90s.
I think that's a great card. I was searching for that card last night, and I don't have it. And I know I had it at some point, so I'm thinking I either sold it or misplaced it. But that's a great card. The Frank Thomas I like is the Stadium Club one.
Yes,
because Top Stadium Club, I think that was the first year they came out with it. I know me and my friend who were selling at shows, we would go to all the local 7-Elevens and Dairy Queens and all the different quality dairies, and not Dairy Queen, and we would buy up all the packs. That
sounds like fun. Something I would have done.
When I came back into the hobby, I knew nothing about Stadium Club at all. Like literally, I got out in 90 and I knew nothing about it then. And so I came back, I'm like, what is this? I know it's supposed to be because the photography is pretty.
Yeah.
So
I still think today that's an underrated product. Like the photography is really good. It's much better than the main issue. But I think they're really cheap though.
Yeah. They seem
not
to be
valued.
Yeah.
Okay. So 91, Mark, what was your selection there?
So I don't have this card, but I'm going to represent this card with another similar card. It's the Upper Deck Jordan. Here's his card, 93 Upper Deck, I think. I think that's what it is. But yeah, the 91 Upper Deck of him, I think, is, to me, the kind of the pinnacle of 91 cards at that point. So.
Yeah.
Good choice.
So I have a bunch of cards that won't be able to see because they're all like holograms. So this is a Gretzky hologram. You're not gonna be able to see it. I love the holograms. I love that was probably why I switched my preference from Tops to Upper Deck. Was to chase these. You can see that a little bit, right?
Yep.
That's the Jordan one. I actually think the hockey one was they ended 1990, and then the 91 was basketball. I can show the back. People can see the back. Anyways, so I love these. I love them so much that I would collect the Denny's Grand Slam
Mhm.
ones. So I have a set of that, and I'll back Mark up. This is my choice. So this is the
There it is.
yeah, and it's got the SP1. I remember like getting in a pack and going, "What is this SP1?" Like, because there's no internet back then. There's like very little information, right?
Right.
We would rely on Beckett's, or you go
Mhm.
talk to dealers at or go to your card shop. And to get this card was just like a thrill. So yeah, that's my choice too. We both had the same choice.
Just to follow up on the Jordan card there, and since I was only 1 year old at the time that came out, what were both of yours like first thought when Jordan switched over to baseball? Like, were you shocked or like, oh, that makes sense? Just curious.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like the only one of the things I remember, and it's because it was related to why he made the decision, was I think the same day that the Michigan Colorado game, the Miracle game, whatever,
The
was the
Westbrook
same
one.
day that they like either they found his dad or something. It was something around that time period. It was right on the same time. So I remember those two things in concert with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to, as far as like him going to baseball, I'm like, well, only Michael Jordan could pull this off. It's sort of the first thing that came to mind. Like only, some guy who's like 6'6", whatever, can like just decide, I'm going to become a baseball player because I played in Little League sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, sure. The greatest
Yeah.
athlete in the world could do that or whatever.
I
that
can
was kind of the only thing I really kind of came to mind.
Okay. Cool.
I can remember very clearly my emotions. I was angry. I was so angry. I was like, how dare you do that and deny the world? I remember telling people, it's like it's like if Michelangelo the painter was like, oh, I'm going to become a comedian. It's like maybe not as much of a stretch, but I was pretty sure that switch would be too difficult.
Right.
I mean, knowing how hard it is to hit a baseball, I know he's a great athlete, and maybe over time, maybe 3-4 years, he could have got there. He probably would have needed it, right?
Yeah.
I was just so angry because I was a huge fan of him. I enjoyed watching it. I was like, I cannot believe he did that. That's so selfish on his part. So I remember being very angry when that announcement came.
Very nice. So mixed emotions.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Well,
there
thank
were
you
all
for
those
sharing.
rumors later, right, about the gambling, and that's why he left or something. Like,
Yes.
there's all these stories that came out. And it's like, who knows what the real reason was? I mean, only he does. But it's a fascinating period of time, like for sports, I think. So.
I will say on the flip side, when I heard he was coming back, do you remember that, Mark? They were like, he's practicing, he's with the team. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, yes. Because it was only like a 2-year period, maybe?
It was 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild times.
Yeah.
And that was when the Rockets won their championships, right? So,
yes. Yeah. The Rockets won every year that Jordan
He wasn't there. Makes sense. Oh man.
So that brings us to 92. Mark,
yes.
Do you have a selection?
Yeah, and this one was like I initially had thought like the Mariano Rivera was that 92, right?
It's like you know what I brought.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Whenever I see that, it always looks to me like he's standing against like a surfboard, and I know he's not, but for whatever reason, to me, I think that like just the goofy.
It could be a really long surfboard. It could be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought about that. I didn't have it. And so I was like, but then I thought about more. I'm like, Shaq was a pretty big deal at this point. And so I felt like Shaq, and this is not the one I would have picked. I have the upper deck. What is it? The 1 or 1A. There's like those multiple ones. I have the 1B, I think somewhere, and I couldn't find it. But anyway, so this is my choice for me.
Excellent choice.
Mm-hmm. The big man.
And I'm about to show you 1A and 1B.
Nice.
I bought so many. I'm a big basketball fan, so I bought so many basketball cards. I think I had about like 3 or 4 of these, and then at least I had the foresight to just not send it in.
I'm realizing too, Ken, we actually skipped Barry's 91 pick.
Oh, damn. Okay,
So
Oh, we did.
I will do a quick choice.
Yeah, let's
on
go
that
back
one.
in time. We'll go back in time.
Yes.
You
So
threw us off with
here's-
a Jordan question.
Yeah, I
here's
threw
my-
myself off.
Oh,
Oh, perfect. Yeah, speaking of Stadium Club,
Yes.
glad that was brought up. Yeah, this was a good choice for me. I mean, another Hall of Famer, Jeff Bagwell, my favorite Astro ever. Not that I'm an Astro fan, but gotta give him a shout out. This, to me, just introduced the full bleed card that we were talking about.
yes.
Like, no borders, amazing photography, Kodak. It just has that like premium look to me.
Also harder cardstock, maybe. Wasn't
Mhm.
as it looked like a photograph. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I chose this one because rookie year, and I just felt like it was a special card to introduce.
Nice. I like that.
Excellent. So sorry, Ken, to interrupt.
No, that's okay. No, we skipped Barry. That was bad. Anyways, the 1A and the 1B. And I was kind of convinced that there wouldn't be as many 1As, but there's a lot of them out there still.
Hmm.
Do you guys have any idea, like pop count wise, what the?
I do not.
I mean, I'm sure PSA would take my money and grade this,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because it's a redemption card, but it's memories for me. It's like seeing that card and then actually getting this in the mail. That was an exciting day when I got it in the mail. So that's my choice, but I didn't want to show another card just because I think it's an important card, which is a Beam Team card.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think, because I was focused on Upper Deck, I bought many Topps cards. I don't have many in my collection, but I've gone back to collect the Beam Team because I love this as an insert. And I know Beam Team, that insert set is very popular. So
It is. Holds up.
okay, Barry.
All right. For me, no surprise. I picked the Mariano Rivera. Just because, I mean, look at that swag that he has, the style. Like, he's just so nonchalant, and he's like, I don't care, take my picture. So I picked that one because of that. And because, if I'm not mistaken, he's the only unanimous Hall of Fame inductee.
Yep.
So shout out to him for that. I think that's pretty cool.
Think about this, though. Back in '92, how many people were hoarding Mariano Rivera cards? Probably very few people.
Yeah.
Again, before the internet age, it's like prospects. I mean, I remember I would get, Mark probably did this too. I would get Baseball America, the magazine or the newspaper thing, and they'd have a prospect list, and I would look at the prospect list. I wonder if he was even high on that list.
I don't know. I would typically look at their year-end, like the book, the Baseball America book. That was usually what I looked at. I didn't look at the magazine necessarily, but
I can imagine the scouting report was like, Mariano Rivera throws one pitch, only one pitch. He won't have a long career. He only throws one pitch. Relegated to being a reliever the rest of his career.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. And I think, like, initially this card was probably overlooked, but now it seems to most collectors that Bowman's kind of revered as the original rookie card, or home of the rookie card, depending on who you talk to or what day of the week it is.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of cool.
We all picked that card. So, and as we go to 93, I feel like we might all have picked the same card, but Mark, do you want to go first?
Yeah. This one, I don't have the one that really should be the card, I guess, but this was the one that I actually do have, which is the Jeter, rookie card. This felt like the one to pick. I couldn't think of anything from a football perspective that made sense. And basketball,
no,
I don't remember. I don't think so. Weber was like 94, I think. Is that right? And then Grant Hill's 95. So I can't think of anyone in 93 that was like jumped out at me. So
same. So I have this card. I got this card over COVID.
Yeah.
I remember buying it on eBay and realizing it's not in great shape, but I said, that's okay. But I love the design of this card. Again, Upper Deck. This is an SP, right? It's an SP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, that was a simple, like, this is probably the most valuable 93 card.
And if it's in great shape, it's not affordable.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
it. So
I picked the same card. So feel free not to share if you don't want, but
no, that's fine.
It is considered a modern grail. That's why I chose it. And yeah, like you mentioned, hard to find a high grade just because of that foil finish and
right.
kids back then or collectors mishandling it. But
Barry, please tell me this is your version right here.
No, unfortunately not. Someday. But yeah, I did find this Gem Mint 10, which is, I don't even think I've ever seen one before. So it was kind of cool to see
That's
it.
true. I don't think I have either.
Yeah. I can only imagine how much this costs, but
yeah,
definitely he came top of mind for 93 for me.
It doesn't cost as much as it did in COVID, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so 94. This one is, again, this is going to represent a card that I think, because I don't have it, but I had a hard time coming up with this one. It felt like there were a few choices, and this kind of probably made the most sense. It's A-Rod, but I don't have the 94, so I think this is 95 when it was 95 cards. So
Very nice.
yeah, that was, I don't know which one would be, and that's the thing too, is again, with the 90s, I don't know which one is the one to choose, but that was one I had. So.
Wow, this is so interesting because I did the same thing. I don't think this is the one, but this is a different A-Rod card.
I think I have that one as well.
Yeah, I know this is not the one because I didn't pay that much for this one. So, but a little small story. Back in this period, I was living in Cincinnati, and I was doing Big Brothers, and so my little brother was into sports, and I still remember I took him to see the Michael Jordan movie, Space Jam, and I took him to a baseball card store show. And I bought him a Jeter and A-Rod rookie. And I said, keep this, don't sell these. And I said, I wish somebody had told me that when I was a kid. And I lost track of him. I don't have his information, but I wonder if I bought him the best ones because they weren't that expensive in 94, right? I'm guessing they were maybe $10, $5 each. So I'm hoping I bought those cards for him, but yeah, nice. I go with A-Rod too.
That's a good story. No surprise, I did the same exact thing. I mean, how could you not? He's one of the most talked about baseball players during that time, and so much hype around him. And I think this card is just iconic. The style kind of matches the hype, with the clearly photoshopped design elements there. And I don't know, it seems iconic to me to have this one for 94.
But the card that's most valuable, isn't it the one where it's like, he's kind of sitting and he has a bat or something? Do you guys know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's definitely not this one. I don't think I have.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's the thing, is there's so many different card companies producing cards at that point. I don't remember which one it is. So. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll show the most valuable one in a future episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, 95, Mark.
Yeah, so again, this is going to be another one where I don't have the actual card for that year, but I'm just going to do a proxy for it, which is for Kevin Garnett. This is a 96, I think. And so, yeah, I just couldn't think of anyone in 95 other than KG, who was like the chase or whatever, like what would to me be like the most important card. I don't know. So
good
best
choice.
I could do.
Yeah, I did the same. I have different proxy cards for Garnett. I think these are 95s though. But I did pick a different card because I think Grant Hill was a rookie in 95, right?
He was, yeah.
And if I got to pick between the two, I'm going to pick Grant Hill just because he's, I think, one of the most classy athletes. And back in that time period, he was thought of as the replacement from Michael. He was going to be the guy. And he was well on his way until he got injured. So I'm going to go with Grant Hill.
Very nice.
All right, let me present yours, Barry.
So for mine, I picked the famous error card for Carlos Beltran and Juan LeBron.
It's a great name too.
It really is. So here we see Carlos Beltran on a Juan LeBron card. I just thought it was cool to put both the front and back here. But yeah, this was a photo mix-up, and unfortunately, this couldn't be corrected by Topps because it was released in a whole set, complete box set. Mm-hmm. So thought that was kind of an interesting fact to share. And the printing errors in the 90s, I think, are also very memorable. I mean, obviously the Frank Thomas one that we talked about first off in the 90 card selection. But yeah, I just think this is a fun choice for Carlos Beltran. And obviously Juan LeBron is a real person. He was their number one pick, and he was on Carlos Beltran's card. So it's kind of fun to look at this.
That is a fun selection. Do either of you guys collect error cards?
I mean, not purposely. I certainly have a fair amount, but not. Yeah, I mean, like the Tim Flannery reverse. There's like a reverse negative, I think, or like, and was it John Littlefield was another one. Those early Fleer and Donruss cards are just rife. With
yeah, it's like every other card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say I do. I think I may have a few, but I always sometimes when I'm looking through base cards, I look for errors just for fun, kind of like looking at old coins to see if they're valuable if you have the spare time.
Do either of you own the Billy Ripken?
I do. I actually, so as some with the collections I've bought, I've gotten like 3 different 89 Fleer sets. And I think I only have one of them though. Like I think someone must have like who sold it just took the other and just said like this is a complete set, but it wasn't. So yeah. But I was pretty excited about finding one. I was like, this is great. I actually have one. I don't remember which it is though. I think it's the blacked out one, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember.
And Jackson Holiday, did you guys see just did a
he just
that card? Yeah.
Last year, I think, was it? Or
yeah, I think it was last year.
Yeah, he did something similar. I didn't see that.
Yeah, they staged him like it was, intentional, but he did the same kind of thing. I think it's blacked out though. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it was like 35 years after the.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
That's cool. Oriole, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So 96, Mark?
Yeah, so this one seems like a pretty obvious choice. It's not the card, I wouldn't say. Again, but I don't even know what the card would be. I guess the Topps maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so the Kobe for that year seems like the obvious choice. And again, I don't know what is considered. Maybe Barry, you could weigh in, or Ken, what the one is for that year for Kobe.
Yeah. Well, I have the Topps.
Okay.
I think this is the card, but the card should be a chrome card.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this is not a chrome card that costs a lot more.
Right.
This actually, to me, has become pretty affordable. Like you can find these at a reasonable rate. If you get a raw one, it's under $100. Question for you, Mark. I mean, of the cards that you've picked but you don't have, are you going to go back and get any of them?
I mean, at some point I feel like as you know, I'm trying to get all the Hall of Fame rookie cards for baseball, and then eventually when and if that happens, I will also want to do football and basketball. And so yes, eventually when that'll happen, I do not know. It's not on top of my list right now. So
okay. Barry, what do you have for us?
Awesome. So for the 96, I have the physical card here. It's a reprint of Willie Mays, and it's chrome, and it has the protective coating still on it. Nice. And these cards to me are so special. Just something about, like, it just seems so pristine that it still has the coating on it. Like nobody's ever touched it, kind of deal. And I love, obviously, a huge Giants fan, so Willie Mays is special to me. And these cards, protecting coating, I think, was introduced in '93. So I've kind of become a collector of cards that still have the coating on it. Again, just seems very unique to me. And I think reprints allowed collectors in my age range at the time to, get a piece of an older legend that they might not have access to. So I know it's not the same as the original, but at least it's something that gets me close. And Mickey Mantle is another big player that I collect from this year, and I think as most people do, of these reprints. But something special, close to the heart for me, this one here.
Great choice. And I wasn't sure when they started doing the reprinting thing, but 93 sounds about right. And
93 is when the coding started being applied to certain cards, like the inserts, but I think the reprint started around 96, 95, 96. It carried on for a few years. Yeah, but I think the most popular year is 96 for those.
Is that card a pack pull? Was it from a pack, you think?
For that I got it, or originally?
Yeah.
No, this was probably an eBay buy. They're not very expensive. I mean, some of the Mickey Mantles, depending on the version, are expensive, relative, but this was probably a $5 card.
Mm-hmm.
And some are actually refractors. This one isn't, but I have seen refractors as well of the reprints.
That's cool. That's cool when they take an old card and they modernize it with the new technology. And I was going to say that last night when I was researching, thinking about the cards, I finally got a question answered that I didn't know. I always wondered, why did Upper Deck stop doing holograms?
Mm-hmm.
And there was an interview with somebody who worked there during that time. And he basically said it cost a ton of money.
Wow.
It was the hologram technology was super expensive. So that's why they stopped.
I could see that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Cool.
So for 97, speaking of coding, I happen to have one for the card that I chose, Tim Duncan.
Nice.
This is, again, not knowing if this is the card or not, it's one of the many, obviously. And so this is the one that I happen to have that I thought made sense. So yeah, for 97, that would be my choice.
Yeah. And I think Duncan doesn't really have a the card. I don't know, Barry might know.
I don't think so.
But he's so undervalued for the career he had. I also picked Duncan because I definitely was chasing Duncan at that point.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a set that I think is fairly valuable. People really chase. They love. I think it's Kobe gets all the attention. Kobe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This is the Skybox EX set. So, and I got this fairly inexpensively because, again, people don't appreciate Duncan. I have another card for 97, but it's only just because I love this card. It's got a hologram on it, and it's a Jordan, but it's an SPX. I love these cards. The die cut, different shape cards with the hologram on it. The only thing that would make it better is if his autograph was on it.
Of course.
Don't have that.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared those two, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the 80s and previous generations didn't have die cuts.
No.
The 90s really introduced that as well. Another kind of differentiator there that I think is important to call out. So it sounds like the 90s are winning a little bit.
Because the 90s get a bad rap.
They do.
Just
really
wax. But if you really look into it, there was a lot of innovation. Some great stars. That's the bulk of Michael Jordan's years. And if you're thoughtful about your collecting, it has value. Both these cards are valuable cards. So
and there's another introduction of the Duncan. It's a transparent card. You can see through the other side.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the biggest first is the card I'm going to share, in my opinion, is from 97 is a Ken Griffey Jr. relic card. This was the very first baseball relic card introduced by Upper Deck in 97.
Nice.
And as someone that loves collecting relics, this is a card that is on my list of must-haves. It's just quite expensive. But they were introduced in 97, and the pack odds were 1 out of 800. Wow. 800 packs. And they only offered 3 players: Griffey, Tony Gwynn, and the most famous, Ray Ordonez.
Wow.
So
Imagine your disappointment if you got Ray Ordonez in your collection.
yeah, after opening 800 packs. So yeah, this one is iconic to me. I think it is to most in the hobby that know about it, and it hopefully will be mine someday.
I did not know that was the first one.
Yeah, me
relic.
neither.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of what the price range is for that card?
I've seen it over $1,000 easily.
Wow.
Yeah, on the low end, probably close to 1,000, and then above. But,
And it's not numbered though. I'm gonna guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mystery. We don't know how many.
And when you say that price, do you mean ungraded?
Ungraded, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
How about the Ray Ordonez card? Maybe I'll get that one.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have to look
that's like a $10 card.
Yeah. Well, the irony is that Tony Gwynn, being the other one, is my first ever relic card that I pulled as a kid in the 90s was a Tony Gwynn base card. It was a piece of the base from a stadium. And I still have that card to this day. So definitely near and dear to my heart as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask, when did you start collecting? Was it 97? Is that?
Yeah, I think about 97, maybe 96 is when I just started dabbling in it. And then, start making friends around that age and seeing what they collect. And yeah, I started going to the local card shop and buying packs with quarters I'd find on the ground or, what have you. And then trading with friends was big. And Pokemon came out around that time too. So definitely collected that for a while. But I would say definitely 97 is a safe answer.
Got it.
And I probably still have most of my collection from that time. Unfortunately, I got rid of all my Pokemon at a younger age, but all the baseball and football and basketball I kept. So still have that in my collection.
Nice.
Barry, as a child of that age, of that era, would you say most of the kids were collecting Pokemon over sports cards? Was it an even split or how was it?
I'd say it was pretty even for my class. There was probably more excitement when Pokemon came out, and a switch to that. But then MLB introduced their own game. I forgot what it's called. MLB. It was like a Pokemon. You could play with the cards. It was an actual game you could play. I can't. The name's escaping me right now, but that kind of got kids back, I think, to baseball. And then the older they got, Pokemon kind of became uncool and looked at as nerdy. So then, there was a shift back to sports cards, I'd say.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but good question.
98, Mark.
Yes, the lone football representation in my list. Peyton Manning. See-through card.
There you go.
See-through card.
That's the whole.
I wonder if that was meant to be a relic and they just ran out of material or something.
There's a thing where you put there's another card in the back or something with it's like a, I don't remember, it was a coin kind of, or it looked like a coin. I think this is
I've never seen that card.
Or mint. Sorry, Pinnacle Mint, I think.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got it again in a collection I bought at some point. I think it was maybe Goodwill or something. I found it, and there's a bunch of these cards with There's also a number of cards where they have it looks like $1 but there's $5, $10, whatever, and they're all football players, like quarterbacks usually. I think some running backs. I think.
Is that an upper deck card?
It's a Pinnacle, I believe.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, Pinnacle.
Okay. So 98 for me. I picked Vince Carter because I was a huge Vince Carter fan. So to me, I was so convinced, here's Michael Jordan. He's from UNC, could jump out of the gym, great athlete, could score. So I loaded up on Vince Carter cards. And I can tell you that wasn't a good investment. But if I think historically what the most important card is, I'm gonna go with Peyton. And
that card, yeah.
And
that's the card, I'd say, right?
I think there's a chrome. Again, I don't have the chrome because they wouldn't buy the premium products back then. So, but yeah, I like 98 because of these two guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good players.
Yeah.
I just lost out on a bid on eBay for that Peyton that you just showed. Yeah. So I still got to add it to my collection.
Yeah.
Very cool. So for me, I picked it's not necessarily for the player, obviously, another GOAT, Greg Maddux. but I love Topps Gold Label.
Me too.
They're just so nicely made. The thickness, the quality, everything is just there for me. The weight. So 98 was the first year that this label came out, and 98, 99 I think are regarded as the best for this premium kind of card. And obviously all sports had it, basketball and football as well. But
were those insert cards, or was that its own?
It was its own set. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it returned later in 2022. I've bought in a few since, it returning to the collecting hobby. But to me, the 98 and 99 are still probably the best quality and just the holographic aspect. I think it's really cool. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I have a few that I like, again, came in collections, but it's so weird, like coming back into the hobby going like, what is this? It happens so often with me when I get cards. I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
I have a set of basketball ones, but I thought they were inserts because there's only like 10 gold label ones.
Okay.
And the Kobe and the Michael are kind of expensive, but the rest are affordable. I'll send you pictures sometime, and you can tell me, is that an insert? Is that not an insert?
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, definitely.
That set is got a lot of cards.
It does. Yeah. I mean, like any set, it has base cards and inserts as well, and short prints.
Yeah. Okay, that brings
99.
us to 99.
This one was really difficult. Like nothing jumped out at me as from like I don't, again, so out of my radar as far as like what to look for. But so I grabbed two different ones that kind of meant something a little bit here and there. This just because of what McGuire did in 98, like, and obviously him and Sosa and that whole thing. Like this to me felt meaningful.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. It's not, as far as valuable goes, it's not valuable at all, I don't think. But it's just kind of from a more important perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, thought about rookie cards. I was like, well, I don't have this guy's rookie card, so again, this is a proxy. But the Sabathia.
Yeah.
That was the only one who came to mind for me. Again, I didn't really think about basketball or football as much, and I couldn't think of who would be that person in that year. But yeah, that's the two that came to mind for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
The first one I'm going to show is not the one I picked, but I pulled it out because it, just like you, I was like, who was a good basketball rookie?
Mm-hmm.
So Dirk, and also I just love just like Barry, the protective cover thing. Like, at least I was smart enough not to peel that off. I think there were probably collectors who did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the one I'm going to pick is, and this is not the one, like he's got a lot of rookie cards, but I picked Randy Moss.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's his upper deck. So
Legend.
yeah.
Was his rookie 98 or 99?
You know what? You're right. It's 98. Okay. I picked this one.
Very close.
Yeah.
All right. So let me present your pick.
So I would not be able to sleep tonight if I didn't include Barry Bonds in this list. He was definitely my hero growing up. Same name, obviously, but no, I loved watching him play. And this is a card that, again, I'd like to own someday. This specifically is a $1,200 card. So a little bit out of my budget at the moment, but I just, again, had to pay homage to on-card autos in the 90s. I know we talked about that a little earlier on, but this is just such a cool card to me. And I love SP. I know they had different sets that came out throughout the years, SP Authentic, SPX. I just think they're really iconic and represent the 90s really well. So this is my pick for 99.
That's a great pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Definitely a
that.
very cool one.
Okay. I think we've made our way through the decade.
We have.
So go ahead.
No, please.
So I'm going to ask the question I asked after the last one, which is like, if you had to pick one card for the whole decade, most important card to you, which one would you pick?
Barry, I'll let you go first as our guest.
Yeah. As no surprise to everyone, I think based off what I was saying earlier, I think it'd have to be the Ken Griffey relic. I just think it's kind of like a one of one to me. Like you have to have the first card that was introduced with a relic on it. And Ken Griffey Jr. is obviously one of my favorite players as well. So someday I will own it, and I'll be happy to come back on and share that. But yeah, I think it holds a special place in my heart. And I know there's a lot of controversy around relic cards being game worn, game used, authentic at all. I respect that conversation. But as people that believe in Santa Claus kind of thing, it's almost like you just have to go with it. It's a real piece of the jersey.
The first one, I'm pretty convinced would have been authentically his.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
I'm gonna. I'd die thinking that.
Yeah.
So that's for me.
And I'm gonna just. This is not my favorite card, but I think when I think about the 90s, the card that still to this day many people chase is this card. Like when I go around card shows, you see this in every card show. I wish I could get the chrome one. Maybe I will one day, but I mean, to me, it's the same picture. So, but I'll go with the Kobe.
I think for me, like just thinking about it from like what's personally important to me, I think it's the bow. I just really loved him when I was a kid. As like just watching him was like, everyone compares him to like a video game, whatever. Like this is what he's doing, things that no one else should be doing. And so, and this obviously this image too was pretty iconic. So
definitely.
That's yes, your bow up there. Yeah,
Go get the bow up there.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be
Great choice. Great choice. It was like Mark's choice is like hanging on to the 80s.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Not wanting to go into the 90s.
Yeah, I mean Kobe was definitely a consideration, but it felt like, or the Jordan actually, the 91 Upper Deck, I think was another consideration.
Yeah, maybe one of us should have picked Jordan just because I think he really dominates the 90s.
Oh, entirely.
Standpoint, yeah.
But I'm also a Pistons fan who's bitter about his, killing the bad boys. So
that's true.
So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, Barry, obviously for joining.
Yeah, thank you,
really
Barry.
Appreciate it.
This was great.
We will hopefully do the 50s next time. We're in the works right now with getting a special guest for that one as well. So.
And do we dare ever think about doing the aughts? 2000s?
I would not do well with that, I don't think, but we could
Gary,
try.
I think you do well there, right?
I would do very well in the early 2000s. Yes.
Okay.
Happy
Well, if we
to
do that
come back.
episode, we'll have you come back.
Yeah,
Please.
definitely.
I'd be honored.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.